Hi guys, I'm Shmi. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the supercar paddock at the 2018 Goodwood Festival of Speed, where today it's all about the new Aston Martin Vantage V600. This is the height of exclusivity, only 7 coupes and 7 roadsters being built in total. And today we're going to jump on board this car to go for a run up the legendary hill climb at the Goodwood Festival of Speed with Aston's new development driver Chris Goodwin to experience everything that this is about. Let's get started then, taking a look around before we jump on board and head over to the track. As you can see, the cars are all gearing up to head on out. The Vulcan AMR, a wonderful lineup from Aston Martin, the new Vantage, the DBS Superleggera up at the far end. But this video is about the new Vantage V600, the ultimate incarnation of this generation of the Aston Martin Vantage. 7 coupes in total to be built, 7 roadsters to go along with that. A tribute back to the previous Vantage V600, the Le Mans that came out in 1999, that itself was a tribute to the 1959, a 40th anniversary tribute to the 1959 outright success for Aston Martin at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This started life as a customer commission to build one, but it's gone on from there to be built via Aston Martin Q, 14 in total I should say. It mates the 5.9 litre naturally aspirated V12 with a manual gearbox. As you can see, it's a full carbon fibre bodywork, representative of the GT12, the aggression, the noise from the exhaust as we're going to hear shortly. Around the front, bonnet bulge pays tribute back to the earlier car. What else do we have? Well, we can talk more about it. I think I need to jump in when we're ready to head on up, get on the way out of here, then it'll be time to see all these lovely cars and to experience this. Rolling by then, the new DBS Superleggera looking lovely in that deep red, followed by the new Vantage. This is of course based on the old Vantage platform, the old V12 Vantage S, hence the 7-speed dogleg gearbox, DB11 AMR, DB11 Volante and DB11 V8 also as part of Aston's fantastic lineup. But let's hear the noise of this car as it gets ready to start up. Now that's the sound. That's a crazy exhaust system on the back of this car. Pure V12 noise. Right, let me jump in where we will join Chris inside the car. How are you doing, Chris?
Hi, how's it going?
Good to see you. It's good, it's good. It's very hot outside today. Looking forward to some air conditioning, I'm not going to lie. So, the new interior in here. This is a little bit different actually to my GT8 with its bespoke finish, the leather inside. Good way to get started then.
Just warming it all up.
Yeah, get the tyres warmed. The gearbox comes on the V12S, doesn't it, with the dogleg?
Yeah.
Manual, so the GT12 was only paddles, the sequential, automated sequential manual gearbox, whereas this is only manual. Proper old school, tribute back to the car on which I guess it's inspired by. The lineup of cars here today is monumental, but this, the V600, named for its 600 horsepower. In fact, the 1999 car also had 600 horsepower, and at the time it was actually the most powerful car in production at all. The 627 brake horsepower McLaren F1 had just gone out of production the previous year. This car too, 600 horsepower as well then, so expect 200 miles per hour and a pretty quick 0 to 60, but it's not so much about that, it's about the finesse and the details. So the full bodywork is carbon fibre, just the nice cars rolling past endlessly right now. Full carbon body. This bonnet bulge is a tribute back to the previous car. Similar design seen on that, as is the black finish of the front grille. Obviously it's based on a very wide body, a wide frame. In fact, let's take a quick look at the engine. Let me come around and just pop this open so we can see the source of this power plant. So there have been various iterations. Do I need to give it a double pull? No, one was enough. There have been various iterations of the Vantage. Find the lever under here somewhere. There we go. 6 litre V12 is just over 5.9 carbon fibre finisher over the top, but that's blasting out an awful lot of power, a lot of torque. And then down here, number 1 out of 7 Vantage V12 V600. What a thing. So originally the Vantage launched, this generation of Vantage launched in the early 2000s. It's just the V8. Pagani rolls by. Then they introduced the V12, which is a great car from the get-go. When the GT12 came out with its ginormous wing and aggressive body styling, that was only the paddle version. But now customer request has created this product that we're looking at here. Satin carbon fibre around the back against the satin grey of the paintwork. Everything about it's just a bit nuts. Whoa, that was a good sound. The noise it makes as well. Very, very nice. We're going to experience it, Chris. Just goes on, doesn't it? Sounds so good. Straight into sport mode, straight with the air conditioning blasting at us. Traction off, as it has to be. Absolutely. Out onto the course we go, down towards the start line. In style and noise. Fanfare for the audience. This is the last of an era, isn't it? The end of something special. I think it's fair to say you're fairly familiar with this course up the hill climb then.
I've driven it a few times in some very fast cars, yeah.
Just about everything, old racing cars, new racing cars, road cars.
First time I drove it was in about 2000 in that year's Formula 1 car.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So this feels a little bit almost tame in comparison, even though it's definitely not as the DB11s get underway in front of us.
This is definitely not tame.
So, all the final checks and we pull up to the start line. With the DB11 leaving in style. Alright then, hold on tight. Not that much to hold on to in here.
I'll hold on to that.
Yeah.
You might not be familiar with.
Downshifts are epic. Just revs and revs and revs. There's something about an engine like this as we cross the line. What a sound, honestly. Why can't we have cars like this forever? That's what we all want. Man.
Well, this one should be around for quite a long time unless I keep driving it like that.
I think something like this will hopefully be lasting and kept running for the entirety of time. It deserves it, it needs it. Pull in behind this mega lineup.
There we are.
Tucking in behind the Vulcan AMR. Awesome.
There you are. No one died.
And a lot of fun was had in the process, thank you.
No problem.
Cheers. Back in my favourite place then, the top of the hill climb, surrounded by quite literally heaven. But one thing I want to show you about this car, if we just come in, is the AM shift. So you can flat shift it. The sport button on the dash, you press once and it makes the exhaust valves a little bit noisier and opens up the throttle response. But if you then press and hold sport, it turns on AM shift. AM shift literally means that as you're holding your foot fully down, full power on the acceleration, flat out, you literally just shift without having to use the clutch. Now, as I said many times in this video, and I apologise for that, this really is the end of an era, but 3 pedals with a naturally aspirated V12, carbon body, limited edition. This is a car for the future. You know, unique touches like these side vents that are just different from any other Aston Martin, the centre lock lightweight wheels that it's wearing, the full carbon body, the carbon visual carbon roof that it has also. I really admire this kind of machine for what it is, what it represents, what it stands for, and what they're going to mean in the future too. This large open grille, rather like the new DBS Superleggere's grille actually, in the amount of airflow that can come in through it, the holes through the ventilation of the bonnet, just everything about it. It was a poster car for such a long period. The reason I bought my GT8, this is the ultimate version of my GT8. Money, no object. I would have one of these without a shadow of a doubt. No questions asked. It would be one of these in my garage, just because I think that is the definition of a future classic. That is everything that we love about the old school, that we love about modern cars, from the engine, the gearbox, the chassis, the setup, the delivery, the feel, the experience, the drama, everything. Yes, more modern cars might be faster. In fact, many of the things surrounding us here might actually be faster. That's not always the point. This is special, very, very special, and it was an awesome experience to jump in it and just feel what it was like on that drive. Even just noticing some more details to match with the front bonnet. You've got these louvers or cutouts on the dashboard cover. The center console, like I mentioned, maintains that pattern. Actually, the seats are new as well. They're different seats specifically for this car, different trim, different styling. It's all very, very bespoke and unique. And that's what it's about. That sound, that absolute symphony. Right, back in we get. It's time to head back down the hill, joining the ranks. Surrounded by the lovely noises of Aston Martins. The Vulcan is quite frankly insane. That wing hanging out over the back of the car. Yep. That was an FXX. Away we go then, following the Vulcan back down the hill. The thing is just the craziest, well, probably car in this entire lineup, the supercar paddock. Completely different to the very car that we're actually driving in, and completely different also to the future of Aston Martin with the Valkyrie and the likes that are going to be coming down the line. So Chris, you've recently started at Aston. What are you up to? What's keeping you busy?
So I was invited to come and join Aston Martin to work on the Red Bull collaboration projects. So I've been busy working on the Valkyrie program. So that's the first in a lineup of rear mid-engine mega cars. So it's, you know, my history is in that kind of product. So what I'm driving here today, and the cars I'm driving here at Goodwood are Aston Martin's main product lineup. I'm using this as an opportunity to get to know what Aston Martin is. I'm not involved in these cars, haven't been. I'm very much focused on the future project with that Red Bull and the Valkyrie, which is amazing.
And it's quite fun how different that car is to this car that we're in. That they come from technically the same company, but nothing about them is really shared.
Well, you've got to have the range, and there's something for everybody. You know, I love old cars, I love classic cars, I race old cars, but I love the future as well, and I love performance. And you get performance with embracing technology. So I'm spending my time at Red Bull Formula One team at the moment using their simulator. Aston Martin, the Aston Martin project has access to those facilities. The design facilities there. Adrian Newey and his team are designing the car. We're putting it through its paces in the simulator, working out how to make the active suspension, active damping, active aero, the whole dynamic package, making sure we can hit the ground running when we start with test cars, which is any moment now.
Cool, well that's definitely exciting that that's imminent. We're going to see the Vulcan heading off. I've actually found it quite fun how, especially for Aston Martin, and I know obviously not so much your domain, but some of the elements that you've seen or that we've seen on the Vulcan make their way into the road cars, like the curler Q going into the DB11, the side, I'm not sure what you call it, the stirrup just behind the front wheels, going into the DBS Superleggera. Those cars have an impact on the road cars that we love that are part of the supercar lineup, and then you just follow that thing down the hill and it looks ridiculous. And there is the Signet with a V8. What do you think of that?
What do I think of that?
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Well, what a thing.
It's crazy. I'm not sure whose idea it was, but I'm glad it exists.
I think it's one of a kind, isn't it?
Sure.
It's a very niche car.
Anyway. Back we go. Lovely. You gotta let me pop out and just hear it once more before you flick it off. Just gonna get the last bit of V12 noise. So sweet. Well, thank you very much, Chris. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
Awesome fun. Thank you. There we go then, what an experience on the hill climb with Chris Goodwin, just as the other cars are now lining up. The new model Vantage parking up with the 4-litre bi-turbo V8, very different to the previous generation. The car that was effectively a poster car for over a decade. The Vantage, I had my first V8 Vantage Roadster back in 2010. It had already been out at that point for I think about 6 years or so. Then now I have the GT8, but this is quite literally the ultimate incarnation of the car, the best version of the Vantage, the last of the old school, a dying breed, but here it is in all of its glory. So a big thanks to Chris Goodwin for driving me up the hill, a big thanks to Aston Martin for making it possible, and also a thanks to the owner who commissioned this car via HWM Aston Martin and made it become a reality, because it's oh so sweet that it is. Thank you also to you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the V600, at this, well, a car that in the future is going to be the ultimate rarity, commissioned, developed by Aston Martin Q. So many special touches about it too. Anyway, I'll say farewell for now from this wonderful lineup, awaiting the arrival of the Vulcan back alongside us here at the 2018 Goodwood Festival of Speed. So thanks again, guys, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.